Lenten bags, you should have received a kit that includes some of these materials: a long piece of gray paracord about 5 feet in length, a shorter piece of gray paracord and about 2 feet in length, and you should have 6 multicolored strands of micro paracord. And then 2 of these things I brought from my office: a pair of scissors and, yes, a lighter that will help us tie up our frayed ends of paracord. Today, to make our initial bracelet base, we do not need these colored pieces of microcord. So I'm actually going to set those aside out of the camera because we do not need those on this first week. All we need are 2 pieces of gray paracord. So we are going to weave this longer piece of paracord onto this shorter piece of paracord. This piece right here is going to be the part that goes around your wrist. So we probably overestimated the length that we need for that piece, but we hope that it will fit wrists of all sizes. The first thing that we are going to do is to make a small knot at the top of the paracord. So fold it in half so that the ends meet up, and then we are going to make a basic knot. So you're going to spin it around in a circle, pull through that top piece, and make a knot. So you have a small knot there, and the pieces are about even at the end. Our second step is going to be taking this long piece of paracord and folding it in half. I am going to trim up my frayed ends just a little bit. I'm going to get rid of those pieces of frayed. But now that it is even, I'm going to split it in half, and I want the middle of it to be right in line with this base piece. I am going to move the base actually on top of that piece. I'm going to give about an inch of distance between the knot and where I'm going to start my weaving, my knots on this piece of paracord. If it is helpful for you to have a partner or maybe something that holds down this knot, you can put it maybe on a nail on a piece of wood that would hold it in place for you as you weave. You could have a partner hold it for you as you weave your knots. I am going to show you how to weave your bracelet using a picture hanger. So I'm going to hang the knot right here. So this shorter piece of paracord is hanging vertically. I'm going to find the middle part of the longer piece of paracord, and I'm going to put it behind this piece so that I have half of it on one side and half of it on the other. And this piece in the center is just going to hang vertically the whole time. The first thing that we want to do is take the piece on our right and cross it over in sort of a figure 4 across this middle piece, creating a loop on the right side. We want to take this piece on our left and make sure that it dangles over the piece that was just crossed over. We are going to take this piece, the piece on our left, and pull it under the piece in the center and weave its end through this hole that we have on the right. Do you see a knot forming? We are going to pull that knot tight around our centerpiece of paracord. And it did move down just a little bit, so we're going to move that knot up to about an inch below our knot in the centerpiece. We're going to repeat this, but instead of pulling from the right side and making a figure 4, we are going to pull from the left side. We're going to make our figure 4, just like that. We're going to make sure that the piece on our right side crosses over top of the piece that we just made a figure 4 with. We are going to take the end of that piece and pull it under our centerpiece. We're going to pull it through this loop on the left. If you see another knot forming, we're going to pull tight, shimmy it up just a little bit. We're going to pull from the right side now to make a figure 4, making sure the piece on the left crosses over. Pull that piece under the centerpiece and feed its end through the loop on the right hand side and pull that knot tight. We're going to make our figure 4 from the left. Make sure that piece crosses over, feed it under the centerpiece and pull it through the loop on the left, pulling it tight. So I have about an inch of space between the knot and the top part of the weaving. I have about 2 inches of space here at the bottom. To finish our bracelet, I'm going to tie a knot on our longer piece at the bottom, like so. We're going to double knot this part. With scissors, you can trim these ends. You can burn these ends just a little bit so that they do not fray for you. But then our bracelet is pretty much complete. Now that our paracord bracelet is pretty much complete, you just want to possibly burn these frayed ends just a little bit so that they stay together. Be careful when using fire. And now tying it onto your wrist is something that you can decide how you would like to do it. I'm going to put it around my wrist. I'm going to take one of the looped ends and feed it through the knot in the circle that I made, pulling it through like so, and I will probably tie this piece in a knot. And I may double knot that. So then my bracelet is complete.